Greetings, YouTube. Once again, happy Wednesday. You might be coming across this video just randomly. You might have searched for it on YouTube. You never know how YouTube's algorithm works. Thanks for clicking on this video, by the way. But the reason why I'm making this video today is because it is one of the few days a year, and it's only 2 to 3 times a year, maybe once every 4 months if we're lucky, that Kabam does this super good $20 Mastery Booster Pack sale. That is a huge reduction of what the normal cost is. It would cost you 2,190 units unless you factor in, some Mastery Core depletion deals for the Black ISO store. But outside of that, especially if you're free to play, 2,190. Now, of course, if you're free to play, I guess this doesn't help you. But who knows? Maybe you can ask Grandma for an early birthday iTunes or Google Play gift card and get yourself a Mastery Booster Pack. Wouldn't that be lovely? So I have been asked quite a bit today to look at different Mastery cores and different Mastery setups, I should say, for users and try to give them advice. Now, when I get asked this, 9 out of 10 times, they're talking about one of these 3 trees. They're not talking about proficiencies. Though let me remind you, you definitely want just 1 point in dexterity, but you want to unlock that ASAP. But I love to have maxed out parry and maxed out stupefy. If I could only choose one of those 2 to be maxed out, I actually would choose stupefy over parry, believe it or not. But in general, that's how I view that. On defense, really, this one is something that I choose to do for the PI of my champions more than anything. But a lot of people think that it is a waste of having more than one. But I think almost everybody is universally accepted that recovery is a must maxed. So recovery, and then from there, I have seen so much debate as to how many points you need in willpower. If you don't have a suicide masteries active, 1 point's probably going to be great and just fine. But I got to tell you, there's a huge mental health insurance for me when I go into fights, especially with difficult content like Alliance Quest and even the new incursions, where I'm just thankful that I have willpower maxed out. And this really does help me regenerate health and not have to worry about spending units on expensive potions or revives or starting back from scratch if you're doing incursions and you have to start over, because that, of course, is the temptation to use your units. So we're going to talk mostly today about the offensive tree, which you can see from my own mastery setup is where the majority of my mastery points are in. Now, to guide us, because I've been doing my super nerd research today, looking up all sorts of different posts on Reddit and on forums for the description of what it costs to rank up certain masteries. And I have to say that I'll post this link, but kabam.force.com has this really great resource that I'm using to talk about this video. And so I'm just going to put that link in the description of this video, and hopefully you can find it and see it. So you'll see, first of all, that I have 1 point only in everything until the right of this far left tree, if that makes any sense. And precision it's one of those masteries that for the longest time I had maxed out, but I've only been riding with it in 4 out of 5, and I haven't noticed a difference. Now, the big disagreement that people usually have on mastery setup is courage, because it used to be broken for a while, and now I've been told that it's fixed. But when you get your champions below 50% health, it's nice to have that extra attack. And I totally get that, and I see the value. But 1 out of 3 is all you need for the PI of that mastery, and I don't really notice a huge difference from when I left courage to if I had it on now. Maybe I should get this mastery for when I do the Abyss, because at the time of recording this, I have not attempted any path of that. But in the meantime, that's just how it is. So precision, let's talk about that mastery first. So precision in general, you've got some confusion, because when I say precision, you can think, well, there's lesser precision, right? There's greater precision, and then there's just precision. Well, we're going to talk about precision, which you've got pierce, and then you've got lesser precision. And when I say greater precision, I just mean precision. It's greater than lesser, if that makes any sense. So precision has a Stony Mastery Core requirement. In fact, it takes 5 Stony Mastery Cores to unlock those levels. But in the meantime, I think that level 4 is totally worth the mastery cores, and you get, 5 from this deal today? Or 4 from today's deal. Okay, so I would use, if you haven't unlocked precision yet, I'd use all 4 on this and be completely content. Now, Cruelty, on the other hand, is also valuable, and I have chosen to max this out. It does have the lesser version, like we just talked about with Precision, but it also costs 5 Stony Mastery Cores. So both of these are so worth both the Mastery Core requirement, and thankfully, it is limited to the Stony part of the Mastery Cores. Glass Cannon, also, you're going to need 3 Stony Mastery Cores just to unlock rank 1, but then 2 Stony Mastery Cores to unlock rank 2, and I believe 2 more to unlock rank 3. So that's 2, 4, that's 7. If you don't care about anything to the right of Glass Cannon, your goal is not to be hit when you fight in Marvel Contest of Champions, right? The goal is to not take damage. So Glass Cannon, you won't see that decrease in health for the most part for most of your champions, but you will see, especially maxed out, that inclusion of attack. So just keep that in mind. And then it's really hard for me to give the advice because these things are super expensive. Liquid Courage, right? Because this is where they try to really get you to buy cores. Not just Carb Mastery Cores, but also, the Stony Mastery Core discussion, gone in favor of the Carb Mastery Cores. That's the most expensive ones, and that's the ones you only get 3 of in this deal. But I, for a long time, would only do maxed out Liquid Courage or maxed out Double Edge, and then I decided to do both for Omega Red. But until I had Omega Red, I chose to, I think for the most part, I had more champions that were bleed immune than poison immune, and so you kind of just have to think about your roster in that sense. But going down here, when you talk about Despair and Deep Wounds and Assassin, I was a huge believer in at least 2 points of Assassin for the longest time. Then my Battle Room bestie, Katie Candy, gave me a nice long speech about how there were diminishing returns, as she liked to call it, to where you really didn't justify the Mastery Core spending for anything past 1. And so I still have Assassin at 1, and it does just fine for me. And I put all of the Mastery Cores needed to max out both Assassin and, for that matter, Despair. Wish I had those units back. Wouldn't it be nice if you could change your mind on a Mastery setup and then cash in those cores and get the units back for just a standard refund? Not like a limited time we're changing the description of the Mastery, here's a refund, but just a refund. That'd be nice, but sadly that is not the world we live in. Now, I have maxed out Deep Wounds because I use Blade, and because I just maxed out X-23, and even Ghost Rider can do some nice bleed damage. I would say even if you just casually use bleeders to have a minimum of 2 out of 5, if not 3 out of 5. And if you want to take those 2 points that you stop at a 3 or 3 you stop at a 2 and put them somewhere else, especially if you've got a Mystic Champ that you want to throw some Mystic Dispersion in, so be it. But this is really the strategy that I think for both PI and just in general, the best use of these very limited and super discounted, at least for the duration of when I'm filming today, Mastery Cores, this is the best value for your buck. And my goal was to get this video in under 10 minutes, which is why I've been talking very fast. Sometimes people say, Prof, I like your videos, but I have to watch them at half speed. Well, that works, but at the same time, I just don't want to waste your time with excessive rambling. So I will put the link to everything that I have discussed and referenced in the comments. So if you want to get more information on this and to support a great website, the kabam.force.com, I highly recommend that you do. But we're going to end this video now and say thanks for watching. Have a good one. I hope that this helped you make some rank up decisions with your mastery tree. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. Learn from my mistakes and save yourself a lot of units.